Hi everyone, this is Coach Deb, and this is my weekly check-in, accountability for me and for you. And this week it's been an amazing week. Started off with going to see Jillian Michaels, and she did 3 hours of a show, and I was completely just enthralled the whole time. She talked about the science of eating, she talked about the science of sweating, and then she talked about personal development and building ourself, because really, it's so very similar to the things that I talk to my clients about, in that you have to believe in yourself in order to accomplish your goals, whether it be weight loss, whether it be career, whether it be relationships. And she talked about all of them. And she talked a lot about your why. And that's exactly what I preach to my clients as well. Somebody this week asked me, they said, "Coach Deb, help, I've lost my motivation." And you don't lose your motivation. Your motivation is something that's inside of you. It is your why. And so I asked this person, I said, write down why it's important for you to get fit. Why is it important for you to lose weight? How are you going to feel when that happens? What is that going to mean to your life? That's your why, and that's your motivation. I, as your coach, can be here to help remind you of that. But really, I am not your motivation. Your motivation is you. It's your life. You own that. And so that's exactly what Jillian Michaels talked about. So I really related to what she said, and I took lots of notes. The other really awesome thing about this week is I have been doing the 5-day Weekend Warrior meal plan with some of my challengers. And the meal plan is based off of the 5-day Inferno plan that comes with your Turbo Fire plan. But not everybody has Turbo Fire, so I make this available to some of my challengers in our private groups. And I have to tell you, this plan is 1,200 calories a day, and it's good food. I mean, it's real life food. It's chicken, it's vegetables, it's salads and fruits, and there's salmon, there's steak, there's potatoes. It's really good. Chicken tacos. I keep taking pictures and I'm putting them on Facebook. Like, can you believe this is not a hardship to eat this food? But the best thing about it is I feel so good. I mean, I just feel like on top of the world, because I know that I am just point on with what I should be eating. And it really helps. It's helped me realize how much I've been doing this. That's the hand-mouth thing with my food. I mean, how often I go into the cupboard to grab a piece of this or a bite of that or a handful of this. And even if what I'm grabbing isn't necessarily bad for you food, still too much of a good thing is still too much. You put too many calories into your body, and your body can't burn all that, and it will revert that energy. Even if it's good food energy, it will convert that into fat because it has no way to get rid of it otherwise. So I highly recommend this plan, and I am actually doing a 5-day Weekend Warrior pre-Memorial Day group. So if you want to get in on that, just let me know. And I'll probably do another one after Memorial Day for those of you that need a little post-Memorial Day detoxing or de-bloating. The other really awesome thing about this week is I started teaching at a new gym. So I rolled out my new cardio boot camp class, which is the precursor to my insanity classes that I'll be teaching at the end of the summer once I go through insanity certification. So that kind of leads me into my next topic, which is getting out of your comfort zone, or tackling your fears, or just not being afraid to fail. Because I'm working on some pretty big projects, and I have to tell you that I'm starting to get this anxiety about some of them in particular, just because they're so big and they seem so overwhelming. And that stress I'm feeling is really a fear of failure, And I just have to keep telling myself, actually, this is my new mantra. This is my new mantra as of yesterday. Okay, so what's the worst thing that could happen? You could do this and you could suck. Seriously. That's my new mantra. And so, did sucking ever kill anybody? No. Did anybody ever die of embarrassment? No, we don't actually die of embarrassment. Did anybody ever die From not being good at something that they tried? No. I mean, so what's the worst thing that could happen? I could suck. And if I suck, what am I going to do? You know, somebody once told me, when you're going into something that's kind of stressing you, to think, what's the worst thing that could happen? And once you imagine the worst thing that could happen, because you already are anyway, then you think about how you're going to deal with it. So I just have to laugh when I think about that, because, you know, I'm going to give it my all. I'm going to try. And whenever we do things that are different, that are new, you know, I keep looking ahead to the other side. Okay, once I get all this pre-work done, what's it going to look like? And again, that's the why. That's why am I even doing this? If you don't know what your why is for anything, then there's no motivation to do it. You know, so that when I get to that point when I feel like quitting, when I feel like saying, never mind, I don't need to do this thing, I jump ahead into the future and I think about what it will be like when I do this thing, when I accomplish that. What will it be like? What will my life be like? Well, how will I feel? What will that do for my life? And that's my why. That's my why to keep going. And I say to myself, you know what? What's the worst thing that could happen? You could do it and you could suck. But what's the best thing that could happen? You could do it and you could be wildly successful at it, and you could have a blast. You could make some money. You could feel awesome. There's so many things that are positive about the what if you succeed. So my challenge for you this week is let's switch the flip on what we say to ourselves. Instead of just, now go ahead, think about the what if I fail part. Let's go ahead and think about that. But when you think about that, you have to promise me that you will then flip over to the other side and say, but what if I succeed? Because that's where your motivation comes from. Because if you don't try, you automatically have failed at whatever it is you wanted to do. And failing doesn't make you a failure. Failure is just a moment in time. It's an occurrence. It's not a person. So it doesn't work out. You fail at that thing. Okay, brush it off. Let's go do something else. But at least you tried, and that in itself feels good. I can tell you, when I think about these things I'm working on, and I think about, okay, if I just quit right now, how am I going to feel about myself? I'm always going to wonder, what if I would have given it my all and gone for it? And I'm not going to feel very good about myself just for quitting, because I know it's something that I can do. It's just hard. See, Coach Deb can whine too. It's hard, but that's okay. Life is hard. We have to learn to deal with things that are hard. That makes us strong. That makes us mentally strong as well as physically strong. So I have gone on for long enough right now, but I hope you got some motivation out of this little chat. I know, like I said, this is my accountability too. So I will see you guys later. You have an awesome weekend. It's Friday already. Talk to you soon.